put on the Spirit of the Sanctuary virtual event for you. And really, it's just a matter of checking in, thanking you for your support, and giving you, some information about our organization and a little preview of what's going on during the holidays at the sanctuary. So a few kind of housekeeping things before we start. I just wanted to ask everyone to stay on mute. That way it'll just you won't have any noises kind of interrupting the program. There will be an opportunity for you to put some questions in the chat. I see some people already have been using that. That's great. So feel free to put any questions in there. We'll be logging the questions during the program. And at the end, if we have time, we'll take some. And certainly you can make any comments in the chat as well. And then I wanted to just ask you, you'll notice in the top right-hand corner, there's a view area. You could do a gallery view or a speaker view. You'll have a better experience today with this program if you put it on speaker view. That means that whoever's speaking will take up the bulk of the camera frame. And let me just quickly go over our program today. First, we're going to start with a little sanctuary animal trivia game for us to all participate in together. We'll kind of test your knowledge about our companions, about the sanctuary, and about animal issues in general. And then I'm going to give you a quick overview on some of the new programs we have here at our companions. This year, we have been developing some really cool stuff, and I wanted to share that with you, including some exciting plans at the sanctuary that we have planned. And then we're going to do a live feed from the sanctuary. Lindsay Polino, our feline volunteer manager, is with the cats, and she's going to give you a little special holiday tour. And John Phillips, our sanctuary director, is in one of the dog cottages, and he's going to give you a special view of some pets that most people don't get to see all the time. So then after that, I'm going to pass it to Mitchell Linker, our development committee chair. He'll give you an update on our capital campaign, our 20th anniversary, which is coming next year, some of our plans, and our year-end challenge. And then if we have time at the end, we'll do some questions. So lots to do in this hour. I'm thrilled that you're here with us. So let's just start warming up a little bit with a little bit of trivia. So what we're going to do right now is I wanted to share with you a little video that the animals made from the sanctuary as a thank you. And then after that, we're going to go into our program. But thank you, everyone, for participating in the warm-up. The trivia was a lot of fun. I'm just going to go ahead and share my screen now. And we're going to watch a little video that the animals have prepared. Oops, sorry about that. So thank you for the sanctuary. The animals really appreciate all that you've done for us. I just want to quickly talk to you about a couple of our new programs we've developed this year. And, all of our programs that we have at our companions are really just focused on enhancing and valuing the human-animal bond. And, we all know how important our animals are to us, and especially when times get tough. There are a lot of new and kind of created challenges. And so one of our goals this year was to really figure out what's going on in our community, how COVID has changed the whole world, but specifically how it's changed people's relationships with animals and the needs that they have. So one of our big new changes this year on the program side is that we created a new position. It's a full-time position called our Community Outreach Manager. And this person, actually, you might know Beth Marrow. She used to be the volunteer manager at the sanctuary. She now stepped into this position. She actually has a background in programming. And her job basically is to do a deep dive into communities, particularly underserved communities, and research what the needs are, talk with people, meet with social service agencies, and try to find really what the needs are for people and their pets so that we could expand existing programs that meet those needs, but also develop new programs that will support pets and their families. And one of the big things that we discovered out of doing this research is that there was a tremendous amount of need, more than we knew, and I think it's just more just in general, for the elderly. We realized that senior citizens were having a really hard time taking care of their pets. So we decided this year to really double down and focus on our elderly services programs and to really try to make a difference in the lives of this vulnerable population of people. We had gotten a grant to create a pilot program to do some research and to start the program. And just a little information about why we're focusing so much on seniors. First of all, it's a growing population in Connecticut. Connecticut is the 7th oldest state in the nation, believe it or not. And 1/3 of our population are baby boomers. So there are a lot of senior citizens in Connecticut. And a lot of them are financially insecure. And a lot of them also live below the poverty line. A lot of them rely on Social Security for their income. And we saw just a tremendous amount just in this year of firsthand poverty among a lot of senior citizens and the elderly. And their vulnerability is really real. I mean, we saw it firsthand when we were doing a lot of this outreach. A lot of folks who are living in subsidized housing, they don't have technology. They don't even have a checking account. They don't have, a lot of times, family or friends. All they have is their pet. And so really we found that these people are really detached from resources and getting help for themselves and their animals. And of course, we all know the benefits of pet ownership, particularly for seniors. So we wanted to try to really do what we can to keep them together, safe and healthy and well, not only for the benefit of the animal, but for the benefit of the person as well. And during the last couple of years, we've been seeing a lot of unintended animal neglect among the elderly, and it's mostly veterinary, people who can't afford or access veterinary care, and it results in animals that are suffering from diseases that are going untreated. So our whole programs are really meant to create a safety net to help these seniors stay with their pets, stay healthy and well. And I'll tell you, it's since we launched this program, it's been an amazing experience, and we have helped so many people, and it's been so well received. We started really just doing these pop-up clinics. We, thanks to our wonderful veterinary partners, would go right into some of these low-income housing facilities that focus on the elderly and just set up a mobile vet. And it wasn't just veterinary care, it was providing food, providing things that we take for granted, like toys and beds. A lot of these folks don't have any of this stuff for their pets. So we were able to go in. We went before the clinic several times, to give away supplies, talk with people, find out what their needs are. Then when the mobile unit came in, we were able to provide right there firsthand veterinary care. And then for more surgical stuff or for more elaborate veterinary needs, we then kept those clients with us and worked through them through our other programs to get them their care. So it wasn't just a transaction where we came in one moment and left. These people became our clients and our partners in keeping them and their pets healthy and together. So it was so successful that next year we have 4 more clinics set up, and our goal is to really learn what we can and to develop new programs. And the needs that we are finding aren't just veterinary. They are well distributed among all needs that animals have, and we really are going to be focusing a lot more on this in the years to come. So I just wanted to share that with you. It was really been fulfilling, and I think a very important service to keep these families together. On a less positive note, we did notice a lot more dog bites happening in families with kids. It kind of started, it's always been a problem, but it started very much during the sheltering in place when kids were home. It was kind of like a pressure cooker in a lot of these people's houses. So we developed a program called Parenting with Pets. And basically, it is a program that will try to prevent dog bites with not just like dogs. I mean, the dogs that are happening right now, 77% of the dog bites that are happening are from family dogs. These are not aggressive dogs. These are beloved dogs that are part of the family. So this program is designed just to target basically educating parents about the prevalence of dog bites. I can't tell you how many times we get calls from dog bite situations, people saying, my dog never would have done this. My dog never will bite. And then they do, and it's because a lot of times people aren't recognizing the stress signals that dogs are giving us. There's not a lot of positive reinforcement training in those circumstances. And mostly there's really not a lot of good, proper home management systems between the pets and the children. So we have a series of free webinars. We're doing in-person events. And we have a couple of trainers who become Family Paws certified that specialize just in this, that are now doing in-home or Zoom one-on-one consultations for free that our Companions is paying for, because we want to prevent these bites from happening and we don't want them to come on our helpline. So it's been really important for us to get into these homes and help set up good systems before things start to go bad. And it's never a good situation when there's a bite or a snap with a kid. So that's one of our big new programs that we're really be developing next year. And you might have heard, we are in the process of expanding our sanctuary. We're just finishing up a $1,850,000 capital campaign. Mitchell will tell you a little bit more about the status of that. We're building 3 cottages. These little blue ones aren't to scale. It's just little things I plunked down to show you where they're going to be. But basically, we're going to be building a dog cottage that's going to be twice the size of our normal cottages. It's going to have one side that it's going to be just for our canine friends, and we're going to specialize in senior dogs. We found that there's a lot of senior dogs that end up in municipal animal control that are not leaving. And so we really wanted to be able to take them to the sanctuary, provide them with the medical care that they need so that we can assess them and hopefully treat them and find them a new home. A lot of people want to adopt seniors, but they're a little remiss to go to the dog pound and pick up that old dog that has tumors hanging off of him or has some untreated health issue. So we really wanted to focus on senior dogs in this cottage. And the other half of the cottage, if you could just mute yourself, that'd be great. Thanks. The other half of the cottage is going to be a physical rehabilitation center. And so it's going to be a place where we could increase the rehab they're already doing at the sanctuary and have a place dedicated just for it. We're going to have a water treadmill, PMF, laser, and all sorts of modalities that will help not just our senior dogs, but all the dogs in the sanctuary. And of course, we're building another cat cottage. It's going to be called Minnie's Mew, and it's going to specialize in under-socialized cats. So it's going to look pretty much like Jane's Place, which is the big cottage that's right in front of it. And we are really excited about this. We've been doing a lot of really exciting behavioral work with cats, and specifically trying to socialize them when they come in. And that's been one big barrier we found of cats that aren't getting adopted in shelters, who just need a little behavioral work to become less shy and kind of come out of their shell. And finally, the third cottage is going to be a critter cottage. It's going to introduce a whole new series of species to the sanctuary, which we're really excited about. We're going to have guinea pigs and rabbits and ferrets, all sorts of little critters. And not only will we be able to rescue these special needs small animals, but we'll be able to now also introduce a lot of younger volunteers who we can't currently have at the sanctuary. So right now it's going to be really an exciting phase. We're planning construction right in the spring, and it's really an exciting time for our organization. So thank you for letting me just take a moment to tell you a little bit about our new programs and for making all of these programs possible. Beyond the sanctuary, what we do is all made possible by your support. Okay, there's someone here that's not muted. Can I ask you to try to mute?
Hey, Susan, I'm going to hit mute all and then unmute yourself.
Ah, okay. So thank you for allowing me to just give you a quick update. You know, a lot of you are, you know, wonderful supporters, and I want you to know that your funds are going to help all of these programs. And we're not just sitting back, you know, and we're really trying to double down and do what's needed, not just for today, but for tomorrow, to keep people and pets together. So it is my distinct pleasure to now turn it over to the sanctuary. We are going to go live from the sanctuary. We're at Jane's Place. Lindsay Polino, our volunteer manager there, is going to give you a tour of the cats. And also, I think she's playing Santa Claus as well, right, Lindsay?
Yes, I am. Hello, everybody. I know some of my current volunteers are here, so hello. Yeah, I'm going to show you guys around Jane's Place, which is one of our 2 cat cottages. And one of my volunteers, Allison, she made these really adorable catnip mice for the cats. So I'm going to be going around delivering them. Whether the cat has been naughty or nice, everyone's going to get a little treat, and I can show you guys what we do here. So let me get myself all situated. Right now I'm in my office, but away we go. So here we are, first of all, in our biggest room at Jane's Place. This is our group room. Right now, it does consist of only 2 kitties because thankfully, we've had a lot of adoptions lately. But we do try to keep cats that are cat friendly and cat social in here together. So of course, you can imagine those guys go pretty quickly. Here we have Mr. Lucky taking a snooze on the couch next to a pillow that says feeling lucky. You want a little catnip mouse? That'll wake him up. And his buddy Niles here. So my volunteers will know this guy. He's one of our special needs animals. You might be able to tell from his eyelids. He has a couple different medical conditions that require a lot of upkeep in the terms with drops. He's had several surgeries for it. And he's really bonded with Lucky here. So we're hoping when they do go, they'll go together since they are best bros. It's definitely a little brother, big brother kind of dynamic they have. And they love to run around on all the catwalks up and down the tower here, sometimes on that wheel. So we try to give them as much enrichment as we possibly can, whether toys or furniture. I think Lucky was nice this year. So hi, buddy. And then we can go to the rest of the building. So you can kind of see the layout for those of you who have not been here. We have a nice big hallway. So that way, if a cat does escape on us, they have a little buffer room to go through. And each cat has their own room. Some of them that are really shy have these blankets up in front, but ones that are a little bit more social and like the extra stimulation of seeing the goings on of the sanctuary don't have the little blankies up. So let's stop in and see Mr. Cornbread. Oh, speaking of, there he goes. Live TV, folks. Come here, buddy. Oh, that counts as naughty for this here. So yeah, exactly. If a cat gets out, you can just scoop him up, put him back in his room. So Mr. Cornbread's actually going to be getting adopted in the start of January, when we're very happy for him. And when he first was brought here, he was just dumped at our program center in Manchester. So we don't know a whole lot about his previous living situation, but when he first got here, he was severely overweight and we had to reduce his pounds a little bit because he was having trouble getting around. And look, he's at a much healthier weight now and doing incredibly well. And we're very happy he gets to go home soon. So we have the smaller rooms, and he might even join us out on his patio. Even though it is a little chilly, they do love it out here. So they get to have all this different sights and smells of critters as they walk by, little birds in the bushes and stuff. And you can see down the hill a little bit there. These are our dog buildings. So of course there's plenty of distance between the cats and the dogs, but they still like to watch from the back of their catio. And John will be broadcasting from that one there. Hey, Cornbread. Even though he was naughty and escaped, I'm going to still give him a catnip mouse. So let me go grab that. I can show you some of the other friends. Come here, buddy. So he knows the cat flap. Hello, yay, here you go. Happy holidays. And let's see who else would like to be featured. Brianna, are you in with one of the kitties right now? Oh, we'll say hello to Ralph. So Ralph is here with my coworker, Brianna. Oh, it looks like he's getting some treats right now. Oh, yeah. So we've been doing this really exciting behavioral program called Nose Work with a lot of our cats, especially ones that are as food motivated as Mr. Ralph here. So it's this really cool, basically like scent work that, you know, sniffer dogs are trained to do, but we've been working with this really great behaviorist named Hannah, and she's been teaching us kind of how to do nose work for cats. So yes, we are teaching the cats to sniff around and learn how to find things with their nose. So there will be an article about that in the next magazine, so be sure to check it out. And Ralphie, do you want a little holiday present? No, not there's treats. That's much more exciting. But like Cornbread, he's got access to his catio here, and like some kitties don't want to see other kitties, so we have these barriers up if they need it, but they've got the furniture and they can say hi up and down the line to their other friends. There's the doggies again. Oh, here's Shazam. Hey buddy, this is one of Ralph's neighbors. He's a very boisterous cat who has some severe behavioral issues that we're working on. He's been making a lot of progress, but we do try to take in those cats that might need that little bit of extra rehab, so to speak, to get them up to speed and to help them learn behaviors that are more conducive to living in a home and more friendly. Yeah, Ralph is not, he's all gone, he's still trying. Let me see. I think we have time for one more introduction. Maybe I'll see anything up with Bumblebee. Oh, we can see Sweet Potato. She's another one that's going home. Where's that girl? The rest of the cats might be a little camera shy right now, but that's okay. If they want to hide, we've got nice spaces for them to hide. It's kind of whatever the cat wants to do is what we do for them. So while we would love all the cats to become lap cats and want to say hi, we always give them the space to be who they are and become the best version of themselves. So if she does not want to come out, and that's fine with me. But I'll go back with Cornbread because he'll actually want some attention. But I just wanted to say thank you all again for being here, and that we hope that you all have a very happy holiday season with your furry friends. Right, Cornbread? Hi. And yeah, that you enjoy the rest of the tour.
Thank you so much, Lindsay. Hi, Cornbread. Oh, it's so nice to see everyone so happy at the sanctuary, and thank you for giving all the special gifts out to them. So I'm going to hand it now to John, who is in Henry House or Chelsea House. Which house are you in, John?
We're in Henry House. Hi, so I'm John. This is Jill, our canine volunteer manager, and Courtney, one of our newest staff. So we thought we'd have a little bit of fun since this is a Zoom meeting. Normally, if you've come here on a tour, you've probably gotten shown around Chelsea House, which is the house where our most social, outgoing, kind of showy dogs are at. But since there's nobody actually physically here, we want to take an opportunity to show off a couple of the dogs who don't tend to get a lot of the public exposure. So this is Brooke. Can you see Brooke? There you go. So this is Brooke. Brooke lives here in Henry House. Brooke's been here for a few years. She's got a very interesting story. She was actually born in Pakistan. And as a puppy, she was rescued and brought over here to America. She was in a foster home for a while, but wasn't getting along with a border collie in the house. So she came to us instead. She is an interesting dog. She's a bit of a volunteer favorite, but she has her little quirks that make it a little bit tricky for her to find a home. She has a very intense prey drive, as you can imagine, for a dog who, was initially born on the streets, which makes her difficult with other dogs and with cats. Also makes her a little bit of a challenge for training sometimes. But she's great on adventures. Many volunteers take her on field trips. She's great going out for for drives out in the world, and she has a great time with it. There you go. And that's her. I want to take her back out. So Courtney's going to finish taking her out for her walk for the day, and then we'll bring out our next girl. So Brooke is a great example of one of the things that we can do here with a dog who maybe doesn't necessarily have anything, I want to say, wrong with her, but just needs a very particular type of home, and it takes a little bit more time to find that home. Someone who's going to have the patience and structure to work with a dog with her little quirks. So since we're not in any hurry to make space, we're not in any hurry to drive anyone out the door, we don't have to worry about that kind of thing. It makes it possible to have a dog like Brooke around here for a couple of years until we can find that perfect special home. Next dog we're going to get out here is Missy. Missy came to us from, and I'm going to start talking now because when Missy comes out here, she's just going to tear through the whole place. Missy came to us from one of our animal control connections. She is a great big ball of crazy energy, as most young pit bulls are, and thereby giving her own little challenges to finding a home. She hasn't been with us quite as long. Here she is. I know. Now, this little bit of sitting instead of jumping up onto and tackling Jill took about 6 months worth of training. But as you can see, she's doing much better with controlling herself. Normally, when I would walk in this house, getting tackled by Missy was a definite likelihood. So Missy's been to a bunch of classes. Her training is so much better than it used to be. She's again one that the volunteers have a good time with. It takes a little time for them to get used to managing her energy. She's been with us for I think a little over a year. So we're again looking for that special home for her, with someone who's going to be able to keep up on this work that we've done with her, give her lots of games and tricks and smart things to do to kind of keep that mind going and keep that energy channeled into something more positive than tearing things apart. I know. All right.
Good girl.
I think that's it for Missy.
Okay.
Thank you. Oh, and there we go.
Yes. Yes.
Look at that smart girl.
Good girl.
And lastly, we're going to bring out a bit of our companion's celebrity. Many of you over the years have probably heard of Gidget and probably never actually ever seen Gidget. Gidget came to us in 2014. She's been with us for almost 7 years now, a little over 7 years. She was found as a puppy at a vet's tied to a vet's office door in Windsor with a broken leg. We had to nurse her back to health, and during that process, we discovered some behavioral issues she has. She does not do well with strangers at all. She does very poorly with surprises. She has these very intense lightning reactions that make it very difficult to, again, find a home for her. But she's also one of the smartest dogs here at the sanctuary. She's been through numerous classes. She knows so many tricks. She teaches us things all the time. And again, once she makes friends with certain volunteers, she has a great time. She really has become a favorite of so many people. You can see she's moving a little gingerly as she has gotten a little bit older with us. That leg injury as a puppy has reared back up again and caused some orthopedic problems. But we've been taking her for not only pain relief work, but also for some chiropractic and acupuncture work that's made a world of difference for her to be able to move better and get through the world again. Yes, there's her wave. I'm hoping everybody saw the little wave.
Let's see it one more time.
One more time.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So again, that's one of her many tricks. She can retrieve Kleenex from a box. In her younger days, she used to skateboard. Again, one of the most special dogs we've had here over the years. Everyone loves Gidget. Again, just some of those problems that keep her from finding a permanent forever home. But she's very at home in this environment that we've created for her here. She's very well loved and has a really good time with everything we can do with her. Okay, I know. We'll leave her out here. So yeah, so we wanted to take that opportunity to show you some dogs that you probably wouldn't get the chance to meet in person if you were here for a big event or a big tour. Since we're going to be stuck on Zoom, we might as well make the best of it. I just want to finish up by really saying thank you for all of your support for all this, for making it possible for us to take care of dogs like Gidget and Missy and Brooke, who need a little bit of a special place.
Thank you so much, John. It was so nice to see them, and thank you for your time, guys. Hi, Gidget. Oh, I love that Gidget. She's such a good girl. So I'd like to introduce now Mitchell Linker. He is our development committee chair, also my better half. We work together on fundraising for the organization, and he's going to update you on our 20th anniversary and all that's coming with it.
Thank you. And thank you all for being here. It's great to see you. Hope to see you in person one of these times. But I'm glad we're able to do this. So thanks for making the time to be here. A quick update on the sanctuary. As Susan said, this was a capital campaign year. You know, some of you might know the history. We basically started this fundraising around the end of 2019, early 2020, and then we kind of paused things when everything happened with the pandemic in 2020. And then we restarted this year, thanks in part to a wonderful match and gift opportunity by Chuck and Chris Shivery. I'm going to be talking about them in the context of the annual fund in a minute, but they also put forth this wonderful matching gift program that really helped us relaunch things. And we had a great fundraising year, and we're very close to our goal. We're not quite there, but we're getting there. We do still have some great naming opportunities available, but we're really excited that we're going to be able to move forward with construction next year during our 20th anniversary, which is wonderful kind of symmetry there. And we're glad that all worked out. I hadn't been to the sanctuary in a really long time. You know, with COVID, we were trying to keep the numbers down. For a while, we didn't have volunteers there, and we stopped having visitors unless a special appointment is made. So I personally hadn't even been there in a long time, but I was there this past weekend, and I was reminded of how great this sanctuary is. And it was so heartwarming seeing what you just saw, but seeing it in person is even better. Just seeing the special care these animals get and hearing their stories, and especially the special needs animals. And just, they're so well known and so loved by this team of staff and volunteers. It's extraordinary. And as close as I am to the organization, you know, you kind of forget. And when you see it with your own eyes, it's just very touching. So I'm so excited that we're going to be doubling this, or not doubling the sanctuary, but we're going to be having these 3 new cottages, all of which are unique. So we're going to be able to help animals in new ways, and while increasing our capacity and giving us more flexibility. So construction will begin probably in the spring or late winter. And again, that's going to be a great way to sort of herald our 20th anniversary. So we're really excited about that. And we're grateful for the success we had with the capital campaign. So pivoting to the annual fund, Susan, do you want to show the logo first? Or do you want to jump into the video?
Sure. Okay. Bum, bum, bum.
There we go. I had mentioned Chris and Chuck, Charles and Christina earlier, who helped with the capital campaign. They also made a wonderful gift to help us with the annual fund. They recognize, as so many of you do, how critical the annual fund is. You've heard us say it a million times. We are completely funded through donations, and our operating budget is quite large. We have a lot of employees and a lot of programs, and multiple sites with the program center and the sanctuary. So it's starting to cost quite a bit to run the organization, and they wanted to create more awareness for the annual fund and to put us in a position of strength as we begin our 20th anniversary. And they wanted to bring more attention to this milestone anniversary. So we've got this great challenge. We're going to show a video, which some of you may have seen. It's very short. And then I'll tell you a little bit more about where we are with the annual fund and how you can help us close out this challenge. So you can go ahead and start the video.
In honor of Our Companions Animal Rescue's 20th anniversary in 2022, Charles and Christine Shivery have put forth a challenge. If we can raise $500,000 for our annual fund by December 31st, the Charles and Christine Shivery Foundation will generously commit $100,000 to our annual fund, which makes all our rescue programs possible. Every gift we receive between now and the end of the year will be put to immediate use to support all of our life-saving programs. And every gift will bring us one step closer to unlocking this generous $100,000 challenge gift. Please help ensure that the Charles and Christine Shivery Foundation's annual fund challenge for Our Companions is a success by making a gift today. Thank you for your kindness and your generosity. Have a happy and healthy holiday season and a wonderful new year.
Seeing those images of the green grass is making me pine for spring, and it's only the second day of winter. So that's the challenge, $500,000 starting in November. If we can raise that by the end of the year, we will get that wonderful commitment from their foundation. So where are we? We're doing well. We have We're definitely over the halfway point. We've got a little less than $200,000 to raise. Now, I know that sounds like a lot considering it's the 22nd of December. A lot traditionally comes in at year end. That being said, it is a challenge for a reason, and it's a reach. And that was the intention of Chris and Chuck to make sure that we are reaching and really hoping to use this as an opportunity to galvanize support. I actually wanted to read a quote that they offered. They send their regards. And their quote was, "Our Companions was just a dream 20 years ago. And now between their sanctuary and their many programs, many of which you just saw and Susan spoke about, they are playing an important role in animal welfare in Connecticut and beyond. We are proud to have been part of their journey, and we look forward to the next 20 years. And I hope everyone will join us in supporting this important organization." And Chris Shiver was one of our earliest board members. She saw the vision of the sanctuary. She visited the sanctuary with Susan when it was nothing but weeds and a factory farm. And it's been a pleasure, having the organization grow along with her and so many of you. So thank you for your support. Thank you for making everything we do possible. If you've already made your year-end gift, thank you so much. If you haven't, thank you in advance for giving generously to help ensure that we meet this challenge, which would put us in such a strong position as we begin the new year. So certainly through your own giving, that's a wonderful way you can help. Another way you can help is by spreading the word. When you receive an email from us over the next week or so, forward it along to friends, family, co-workers, peers, colleagues, animal lovers, and just use it as an instrument to kind of create greater awareness. Share us on social media. We've got a vibrant Instagram page and Facebook page. That's a great way to kind of create greater awareness. And just if there's ever a time to introduce us to someone, if there's someone in your life and you thought, I bet they'd be interested in knowing what's going on at Ashford or Manchester, now's the time to do it. Next year is going to be a great opportunity as well, our 20th, to talk about the organization and to celebrate our past. The further along we go in time, I think the fewer people kind of know the history of the factory farm. Most of you do, because you did great with the trivia, but a lot of people don't. They don't know what was on the land. They don't know the hurdles. And, the fact the first 10 years of our organization, we didn't even have a sanctuary. A lot of the programs that you just saw, they were either began or the ideas began during the first half of our history when we were still figuring out how to get the sanctuary launched. So we look forward to telling that story and celebrating the sanctuary. And we look forward to seeing you in person at events in the new year. So that's it. I just wanted to thank you all for everything you do for us and for always being there for us. And we look forward to giving you the update and letting you know where things land in about 9 days. So that's all I've got for the development piece, Susan.
Thank you so much for that. So we have about 7 minutes left, and I'm happy to answer some questions if there were any that came up in the chat. I could see him. I see Mitchell screening the chat.
I see a lot of great comments. I don't know that I see any questions.
All right. Well, you guys did really good on the trivia, so I'm not surprised.
Yeah, that's true. We might be taxed with questions.
We got a bunch of insiders here with us today.
And we're, Susan, of course, you all have her email because she emailed you about this event multiple times. So if you have any questions after the fact, by all means, just ping her.
Absolutely.
Or maybe you probably don't have my address.
Yeah, I would love to hear from you as always. And just in closing, I just wanted to as we kind of get ready for the end of the year, taking stock on what we have that we're really grateful for. There's a lot of uncertainty in the world, certainly a lot of bad stuff in the world, but you all are part of a community of animal lovers that have helped us develop this. Many of you have been here from the beginning. Some of you are new to the organization, but I like to take a moment and just be really grateful to all of you. We are 100% funded by donations. Our workforce is largely volunteers. And there is not a day that goes by that I don't get up, and I'm so grateful for doing what I do, to being able to have all these programs to help people and animals, but also to be surrounding myself with such kind and like-minded and wonderful people. So I just wanted to express that from the bottom of my heart. What a pleasure it is to be in this role, to have this organization's journey to be on with you. And as you go into the holiday season, I just want to wish you all the best. Please stay safe, stay healthy, and I cannot wait to see you in person and celebrate our 20th anniversary with you next year. And you know what? There's so much more work we have to do. We've just gotten started. So I look forward to continuing the next 20 years and more journey with you. So enjoy the rest of your day. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, and I'll see you again all soon. Take
And
care.
I'll just say, this has been recorded, so I saw someone asked if they'd be able to watch this later, and we will make it available. And someone also said regards to Jason, our dog, so thank you
He's
very
right
much for
there in the
that.
corner. I'll tell him. Thank you, everybody. Take care. Bye. Have a good one.